A collapse is ultimately going to have to take place. This isn't something that I like to bring forth to my subscribers. This is real, and in fact, this is something that we need to get a hold of right now. We need to make those preparations. It's not fear-mongering, as the trolls like to say. This is legitimate fear. Let's get into a few of those things. But before I do, I just want to mention this right here. You can see this microphone. I bought this a wireless microphone, used the money from this operation, put it right back in. A few subscribers were mentioning that they were having trouble hearing me because the microphone on the iPod here is not so good. So I used the money and put it back in. So I just want to thank all of you for supporting me by watching these videos and by buying the books and things like that. So to get into the issue at hand here, I am really worried about people not making the preparations in advance. This is very, very critical, because if you do not, you will suffer the consequences. When you have an argument with other people, or in my case with fund managers and all sorts of people in the financial industry, they argue based on opinion. And even when they do use statistics, they're using some minuscule statistic that really doesn't matter to the ultimate fundamentals. So when I bring up an issue like a debt ceiling that keeps getting increased and an infinite printing press going on and on forever, they always seem to say that, don't worry, someone's gonna buy the debt, nobody's gonna have an issue. I've also had one person, I won't mention who he is, but this one person told me that gold does not have any economic function, therefore there is no need to buy it. That is not the purpose of gold. And in fact, the video here is not to talk about specifically gold, but they're going in based on opinions, these silly little things that, a child would you're basically arguing with a child. When you say that the printing press is going off the hook here, printing 16 trillion that they found in the audit, and they're really worried about some PE ratio of an individual stock for their portfolio, for their clients. I'm trying to make them understand that things can change. We are now well overdue. Many of you know Mike Maloney. Mike Maloney always talks about how every 30 to 40 years there's a new monetary system. And this has been going on many, many times throughout history. And we're overdue for one. And the only reason why we haven't had a new one is a major intervention in these markets. So you print trillions of dollars, sure, you can keep this going. And many in the financial industry believe that they can perpetually continue this until the market fixes itself and they fix their problems. But of course, this will not happen. And that leads me into my next point, where I must bring this up to you, that it is intentional. People don't really realize this, of course, because they don't think, well, people wouldn't want to hurt us. I mean, they're just regular people. That's not how this works. They're robbing us blind. Look at NAFTA and GATT, shipping all of the high quality manufacturing jobs overseas. And they're doing so intentionally to bankrupt the country. Now, people are thinking, well, why would they want to bankrupt the country? They work here, they live here. Their money isn't here. Their money is overseas, and they're able to make money long after everyone here is broke. That's what they're trying to do. And of course, I'm in Canada, but it's the same exact thing as in the US. They're doing the exact same thing. All the manufacturing jobs are closed. Not too far off of Toronto, we have our own, basically a mini Detroit, and the exact same thing is happening. They're shipping the jobs overseas, and nobody is going to have any high-paying jobs pretty soon. That's the way this is looking. So just to summarize here, they are intentionally destroying the economy, and they're doing so knowing that the public simply isn't aware, because they control the media. And that is why, people coming on here onto YouTube are so important, because we're the individuals making these things. And it's not just the video makers like myself, it's the commenters, it's the subscribers, it's people doing their own videos and sharing them on their social media. It's so important. Right now, we're basically losing the fight. Right now, we are sinking and sinking. But I see a trend, a growing trend. And you could see just with the subscribership, there are some individuals here who have been with me basically since the beginning, and you have seen the viewership increase. Why? Because liberty is prevailing truth. People are looking for the truth, and that is a good sign. We need to keep spreading the truth and find those people who are half awake and wake them up to something like the $16 trillion Fed audit. That's something that people are interested to know, and they'd be better off knowing it. So that's all I wanted to get to for this video. Stay tuned for more of this. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And once again, thank you all for supporting me here at the Money GPS. I will continue to bring new information and hard-hitting, detailed work.